Well, what a great day this has been. This is what we call at What's Up Vegas Magazine community highlights. We'd like to reach out to everyone in the community, all from every walk of life and every professional whatever it is you do to make a living. We've had senator, congressmen, drag queens, performers, gay bar owners, straight bar. We've had a little bit of everything. But today, for the first time that I can remember in my life, I have an actual full-fledged, bona fide, degree-holding librarian on my show. And he happens to be one of my best friends. We've known each other for a long, long time.
Hey.
And he's a great guy. He's a big supporter of the community at large, especially the gay community. He's part of a group that I've been done a lot with called the Bears of Las Vegas, but he's also involved in many, many other things. And the main thing, he's here today. By the way, this is Scott Clonan, everybody. Give it up for Scott. Yay.
Hi, everybody.
Scott Clonan has been, like I said, a pillar of this community for every kind of fundraiser and committee and people that raise money for the community. But his real job, if you will, is an actual librarian. And I never knew that to be an actual librarian, you needed a college degree. You just don't have to have a love of books and go, oh, today I'm a librarian. Well, no, it doesn't work that way.
2 college degrees.
2 college degrees. Thank you.
Bachelor's and a master's.
Welcome, Scott.
Welcome. Thank you.
No, thank you. I don't know where to start. You are currently the branch manager of the Sunrise Library.
Yes, I've been there since 2016.
But you've been a librarian how long?
Since 2008. So
2008.
Just over 16 years.
Okay, that's a lot of time.
Yeah.
So, do you ever read a book?
I read constantly. Right now, I'm in the middle of 3 different books.
I know. I follow you online on Facebook, and you've done so many cute things. In other words, for a while, you used to have a thing, especially around the holidays, what to recommend books for the gay community.
Yeah, usually every Pride Month, I do recommendations for books, movies, TV shows. The last one I did, I think, was Tales of the City.
Okay.
We all love that show.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Well, so as a librarian, you have access to so much information, but it's not just that. You've gone above and beyond to make it interesting to come to the library.
We try to.
Well, you've done a great job. I know this is Gay Pride Month. We're in June.
Right.
And you did was it a YouTube video or
I did a YouTube video across all social media.
I've seen it on different media.
All social media.
Where you walk through the library and you show what's going on, and the focus was on Gay Pride Month.
Correct.
And you pointed out gay books, gay-themed books,
right.
ones to avoid, ones that are really informative.
Right.
And what made you want to do that?
Well, I've always been, a part of the community, and I'm trying to get the community to know more what libraries do. We're not all just about books anymore.
Well,
that's a big part of what we do, but we do have a lot of other things for free.
Well, I remember when I was in school, elementary, high school. I was in Orange, Texas. We had a fabulous library, and that was the big thing to do, especially on the weekend. Go to the library. The books for free. You check them out. You were proud to have a library card, and you check out. I think the limit was 3 or whatever. You check out the books, and you had to turn them back in, and they'd stamp the pay. Is that still done?
No, we don't stamp.
But it's been a long time since I've been to the library, and you know why? Because most people have Google now. You just Google it. Does that hurt the actual library business if it is?
Well, there's a saying that Google will bring you back 1,000,000 answers, and a librarian will bring you back the right answer.
Oh, you should write that down.
It's T-shirts.
Let's write that down. You have a T-shirt that says that?
It's a T-shirt, yeah.
Oh, I need to say it again.
Google will bring you back 1,000,000 answers. A librarian will bring you back the right answer.
The right answer. Well, so you get a lot of that. So you actually are on duty at the library X amount of hours a week.
Right.
And people come out, can you tell me about this subject?
Correct.
Where can I find? And you can say, oh, well, you know, because you know
Right.
most of the books.
Well, what I like to say is sometimes too much information is just as bad as not enough information. Because
Okay.
if you're inundated with information, you don't know how to pick out the exact right piece of information that you're
Sure.
looking for.
Sure.
That's why you ask a librarian. We went to school. Well, that's what we learned how to do.
Okay. Well, I guess that's very unique. And I forget that librarians are actually there. Just go there and ask.
Go there and
It's
ask.
just too easy to go, what does this mean? Or how do I, what about that? And they come, like you said, 1,000 websites come up. And
Well, and a lot of fake information's out there, especially in the last couple of years. There's been a lot of
oh,
conspiracy theories and fake information that's on the internet.
so you
So
have
you
to be
don't- you
smart
can't
enough to
believe-
get, smart enough to get through what's fake. And then they have these other things that say, click here, we'll tell you, like maybe a librarian would say, okay, all that stuff has not been proven. So
Right.
don't believe any of that. It's not been proven. But at least this has credit, has credibility.
We validate and we know how to assess information and websites to whether or not they're good websites.
Well, exactly. So is being a librarian, it's not boring. For you, it's not. You've always made it fun and interesting. It's like,
Well, what we like to say as a librarian, our days are never the same because you never know what the next person's going to come in and ask a question about.
sure.
You know, you can get simple questions. They need a phone number or something like that. One of the times I had a lady that was trying to get on a cruise and she needed proof of her birth
Okay.
because she did not have a passport. And she was a elderly lady from the South who was not born in a hospital.
Okay.
So we were trying to get her
The record.
her baptism records
I've heard of
because she
that.
didn't have a birth certificate.
Gotcha.
Well, her church was closed down.
Okay.
So we used the internet, we used our sources, and I found out that all her information has gone from one church to another church, and all she had to do was contact that church to get her information.
And how did you find that out? Just through,
The internet, and we picked up them. I think I picked up and made 2 or 3 phone calls from
Yeah.
them. Yeah. It's helping people like that, the ones that are really, not everybody is a digital native. Not
Well, sure.
everybody grew up with the internet. I didn't grow up with the internet. You didn't grow up with the internet.
no, and I'm still not that good at it, but I do Google everything because you try to make sure you've got the right information. But there's nothing worse than blurting out something and find out later you were totally off base,
Correct.
which I've done. I admit it, but I try to always come back and correct it. A little off the subject, we go back for years as friends. I've done a lot of shows. You're one of my favorite fans. You come to a lot of my shows, and I've
I
always
love you.
appreciated that. And I do this bit around the holidays. I lip sync to this old song that was done by Faye McKay. It's called "The 12 Drunk Days of Christmas." It's actually the 12 days, DAZE, of Christmas. And Faye McKay, look her up, go to the library. She was a very brilliant, outrageous comedian back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And she was just funny. She was like Sophie Tucker and what's the other one I'm thinking? Rusty Warren and so many of the old women that were just funny. And she did that. She changed the lyrics of the 12 Days of Christmas, and each one was a different liquor. And the more liquor she would drink, she tried to sing the song. And I got her on the 5th day of Christmas, and she drinks. She gets drunk. She falls off the set. And
I ask for it every time.
you always request it. I mean, he laughs so hard. You laugh so hard, it makes the audience laugh. And I always loved you for that.
I
Thank
remember
you.
one time you actually got real liquor in that.
Yes, and that's the problem. That's what happens at the shows. If the bar knows I'm doing it, because I just put, like I have like 12 glasses, and we put water and orange juice, so it looks like different drink. But I've been they've tried to fool me at the bar, and the bartender brings tequila, bourbon, gin, vodka.
I believe that was Raphael.
I believe it was Raphael, my friend that owned the Badlands for years. And of course, I could tell the difference, of course. So I thought, okay, I got to be careful. And then I did it so often that the audience started bringing me shots. And you don't want to be insulting, so you do the shot. But by the end of the number, I really need help off the stage. So I have to be careful. I just brought that up.
So speaking of Raphael,
Yes.
we have a database at the library district.
Yes.
And I can search up Raphael and find pictures of him.
That's amazing.
I can find pictures of Marsh Schatz. I can find pictures of Judy
Nelson.
Nelson.
These are well-known bar owners in Las Vegas that have owned bars for years.
Yeah,
and
there's
years.
there's a picture of all
Some
of
of them are no longer with us, but
There's a picture of all of them at Spotlight.
at Spotlight. Well,
Yeah.
just go to the library. You can
Yep.
look up the most favorite gay bar owners in Las Vegas. Well, some were loved, some weren't, but still, they're
Yeah.
there. That's amazing. Thank you for bringing up Raphael. He's probably the one that brought us together the most.
Yes.
So, I got to ask you this, being a drag queen and all, this controversy about drag queen story hour at the library. I think it's very generous of a drag queen to want to put it all on and go open a book and read a children's story to actual children. I relate it to a clown putting on a red wig and a big nose and reading a comedy book or whatever to children. Why is it so controversial when a drag queen does it?
Well, it's not controversial to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I think it's just dress up, and kids love dress up.
That's right.
And, at some of these drag queen story times, they actually end with makeup tips for the kids. So they learn how to dress up.
Sure.
But people associate drag queens with being gay.
That's right.
And they can't see.
There's a stigma to it, for sure.
Well, they can't get.
Not to the kids. The kids don't know.
The kids don't know. The kids don't know. It's
They
parents.
just want to laugh and enjoy the story.
It's parents, but some people can't separate gay and sex. And so you get drag queen, gay, and sex.
Right.
And they assume everything that's going to be happening at drag queen story time is
Right.
all about sex.
Yeah.
And we know it's not about sex.
Well, thank you. I just wanted to hear from an actual librarian with 2 degrees. Pardon me. I didn't know.
Yes.
Scott, thank you so much for coming on today and talk. Is there anything you want to talk about your particular librarian?
Well, something personal to me is on the second Thursday of every month, I host a book club at the center. It's called Reading is Fundamental. And we read gay books, lesbian books, trans books, and we sit. There's 5 or 6 of us, and we sit around and chit chat about it.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's at the center.
That's at the center on the second Thursday of every month.
The center, who we support because they support the community so much.
Yes,
and there's a lot going on there. So check out the center for all their activities. I did not know you had a gay library night. What's it called?
Reading is Fundamental.
Reading is fun, girl. Demental.
Yeah.
And I mean,
and the center has a library too.
They do. Oh, indeed. A book library, a lending library. They have movies. They have just about anything resource that you need to find. I went to donate a bunch of DVD movies. Very few people watch DVDs anymore, but there are some. They have a huge library of very popular current and old movies at the center. Yeah. I've also brought them, I inherited a box of porn. They don't take that. They don't take porn, which was fine. I just donated to, who did I give it to? Crazy people. Anyway, Scott, thank you again for being here. You're at the Sunrise Library.
Correct.
And what days are you on there?
I work Tuesday through Saturday.
Tuesday through Saturday.
The library is open 7 days a week, though, except for holidays.
Oh, yeah. What time do you close?
We're open 10 to 6, 10 to 6 Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and 10 to 8 Monday through Thursday.
Monday through Thursday, up to 8 o'clock. Go check out. You can still check out a book, right?
You can still up to 50.
50 books?
Up to 50. Yep. And we also are always online at the librarydistrict.org.
Librarydistrict.org. John, you got that? Library. Listen to me. Library. You have to. It's one of my pet peeves. I went to the library. Where? The library. Say it right. It does have an extra R as far as I'm concerned, but that's fine. A library is a library. And thank you, Mr. Librarian, for being here. Y'all give it up for Scott Clonan. And we are going to have more stuff going on with community highlights, business highlights, whatever we're calling it. Don't forget to watch the How to Jimmy Vegas show anytime on whatsup.vegas magazine. Now, it's not whatsup.com. It's whatsup.vegas. No .com. Say it with me.
No .com.
Whatsup.vegas. One more time.
Whatsup.vegas.
Thank you.
No
Thank you,
apostrophe.
Scott. I love you guys. We'll be back.